Carli Lloyd, I love you. Let's get Carli Lloyd on. Did I think she was right in her criticism? No, I didn't, but I get this. I think maybe I was the only one brave enough to say it how it is. I've always been someone that is blunt, that's honest. That maybe comes across to the media as being selfish, arrogant, all the words that I've heard about me, and it's pretty wild to hear because it's really not true. I just saw this team go in a direction where the values that were built and instilled in this team are not what was displayed at the World Cup. Good for her. I faced the same thing as an analyst at ESPN. Oh, you're arrogant. Oh, no, I'm not. I just tell you the truth. I was brought up to not be afraid of the truth. I was brought up to tell you the truth. I was brought up to say what I see. Tone matters, Dan. Tone matters, Carli. Tone this. Good for Carli Lloyd. Don't back down from any idiots, including me. If you felt that, if you saw that, you say that. That's why you're there. You know, you can always get a Bardo or a Hummel or somebody that's not going to say nothing. Or you can go get a Carli Lloyd. You can go get a Carli Lloyd that's going to spew facts. You're going to get a Carli Lloyd that's unafraid. You can get a Carli Lloyd that's going to tell you how it is. That's why I always thought you were there. I always thought you were at the desk to tell things from the inside, from your own experiences. That's what Carli Lloyd did. She had an experience. She had an experience with the U.S. women's national team that you didn't have, that I didn't have, that none of us had. And guess what? Carli Lloyd spoke on that experience, and she spoke bluntly. Did I think she was right? No, I didn't. I didn't think it was bad. And you know I'm old school, but I didn't think it was bad that the U.S. national team was celebrating making it to the round of 16. But she saw something different based on her experience. Good for her. Salute, Carli Lloyd. Are you kidding me? Companies that go woke aren't going broke. They're even more profitable than ever. Well, CNN Business is disputing that. Pride Backlash hurt Target sales. They fell for the first time in 6 years. Bud Light controversy cost the parent company about $395 million in lost U.S. sales. Sorry, Kid Rock, but Bud Light's going to be just fine. You know, this is interesting. They've been saying this for a while. They've been saying that Bud Light's going to be just fine. I've heard this for a long time. Look, do I think Bud Light's going to be just fine? Part of me says yes, right? Part of me thinks to myself, well, it might be a great time to buy Anheuser-Busch stock. Now, look, I don't want to defend Anheuser-Busch. I don't want to promote Anheuser-Busch. I like what's going on here with this protest. I do. Now, there's a different way you can look at it, and if you want to come at me in that way, then I'm cool with that too. I got no problem. If you want to say, hey, Dakich, you've never been one that supports people losing their job, and that's true. A lot of people losing their job, and that's true. But I am for this boycott. I am for more money being lost by this company. I think you got to stand up to stupidity. I do. I'm sorry to the people that lost their jobs. I feel horrible. But I do think that, and let's show the next one, please. I do think there's a greater good here. I do. I think normal people have to stand up. I do. Let's show the next one. Yeah, I do. Maybe I'm wrong, but I do. We'll see what the next one brings, but this first one here, this is how it started, and that is how it's going. Migrants do the jobs America won't do. America's dumbest mayor, Eric Adams, said. Eric Adams is an interesting dude. Like, he's a former chief of police in New York. You would think he would have more sense. These migrants are going to bankrupt our city. Like, let's be honest. Who didn't know this? Who did not know that, well, if you allow an open border, which we are, if you allow people to literally walk across, if you allow the worst of the worst to come into our country in droves, 3 days, 17,000 every 3 days, fill up Assembly Hall every 3 days. And finally, the governor, Greg Abbott, who we love, And the Ted Cruz and the rest are like, hey, Chicago, New York, you're sanctuary cities, man. You spoke openly about, well, migrants do the jobs Americans don't do. You spoke openly about nobody is illegal. You've spoken openly about all of these wonderful things, and we salute you for doing that. We know, of course, that it's all nonsense. We know, of course, that it's all pandering. We know, of course, that it's all garbage. But that's all right. We salute you. We salute you to the point that we're going to let you participate. And we're going to let you participate by sending a bunch of immigrants, a bunch of illegal immigrants, a bunch of migrants to hang out with you in your cities that are so supportive. Yay, rah. You can show the next one. Yay, rah. Go, fight, win. Yay, rah. Oh, while we wait for the next one, tomorrow, Friday, is going to be a monster. Eric Adams. Eric Adams is my favorite. Go ahead and show the next one, but Eric Adams is my absolute favorite. He's the best. Biden explained perfectly. Roll back. This is perfect. It was 368, but we're rolling it back to 468. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's a rollback sale. This perfectly explains what Joe Biden and his teams do. Inflation up, gas price up, grocery bill up, energy costs up. Look at the camera. Biden economics are working. Wait. Time out. Give me a 30. Now give me a full. Give me a full timeout here. Everything's up, but it's a rollback sale. Everything's up, but our economic policies are working. Don't worry about what I'm telling you. I always use the analogy of the man that got caught in bed by his wife with another woman. He looks at the other woman. He looks at his wife, and he says, nothing's going on here. Are you going to believe what your eyes see, or are you going to believe what I'm telling you? That's the Biden economics in a nutshell. Bidenomics, I guess is what it's called. That's it in a nutshell. Are you going to believe what your grocery bill, your electric bill, your gas bill, your heating bill, your mortgage rates tell you? Or are you going to believe what an angry, senile, dementia-ridden old man says, which is inflation is down, jobs are up, energy bills are better, even though you're paying an over $2,500 extra in energy costs this year. But hey, which are you going to believe? Well, I know for one what I'm going to believe, and it is not going to be Jersey Joe, Joltin' Joe Biden.